The greatest heist in history didn't target a bank vault, a museum, or a diamond exchange. Its target lay under 16,500 feet of freezing, black, crushing Pacific Ocean water. Its treasure was not gold, but Soviet nuclear secrets. And the mastermind was not a lone criminal, but the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States. For over 6 years, in a clandestine operation of staggering cost and technological arrogance, America built a singular, impossible machine. Its public cover was a deep-sea mining venture by the eccentric billionaire Howard Hughes. Its true classified mission, codenamed Project Azorian, was an act of audacious geopolitical piracy. To locate a lost Russian submarine, lower a mechanical claw 3 miles down to the ocean floor, and quietly steal the Cold War from right under the Kremlin's nose. This is the story of a secret so vast, they had to invent the ocean to hide it. Our story begins not with American ambition, but with a silent catastrophe in the remote North Pacific. In the pre-dawn hours of March 8, 1968, the Soviet ballistic missile submarine K-129, a Gulf II class boat carrying 98 officers and crew, was on a routine combat patrol. It held a devastating arsenal, 3 R-21 nuclear ballistic missiles, each capable of obliterating an American city, and a complement of nuclear-tipped torpedoes. More valuable than the weapons were the secrets in its vault. The complete cryptographic library for the Soviet Pacific Fleet, including the operational codebooks and the physical, mechanical cipher machines that encrypted all communication with Moscow. Without warning, somewhere northwest of Hawaii, disaster struck. The exact cause remains classified, but U.S. underwater listening posts recorded the unmistakable audio signature of a catastrophic event. A series of rapid, internal explosions that tore the submarine apart from within. It sank rapidly, coming to rest on the abyssal plain at a depth of 16,500 feet. For American intelligence, this was an opportunity that transcended mere espionage. It was a chance to leapfrog a decade of technical analysis. The CIA established a special task force, initially called Project Matador, to explore the impossible, recover the submarine. The intelligence wish list was a spy's fantasy. Possession of the Soviet naval codebooks would render their entire fleet communications transparent for years. Obtaining an intact R-21 missile would reveal its range, accuracy, and most importantly, the design of its nuclear warhead. Studying the submarine's hull and sonar systems would expose its acoustic weaknesses, making every similar Soviet sub easier to track. But the obstacles were cosmic. No one had ever recovered anything from such a depth. The pressure at 16,500 feet is over 7,000 pounds per square inch. The technology to locate, grasp, and lift a 2,000-ton brittle wreckage through 3 miles of water column simply did not exist. It would have to be invented from scratch in total secrecy, and on a scale that would dwarf most national space programs. To hide this unprecedented endeavor, the CIA needed a cover story of equal audacity. They found their perfect mask in the person of Howard Hughes, the reclusive, eccentric billionaire industrialist. Hughes was a legend, known for building the world's largest airplane, the Spruce Goose, and for ventures in Las Vegas and film. His public image was that of a mad genius pursuing impossible commercial dreams. The CIA, through a complex web of front companies, contracted Hughes's Global Marine Development, Inc. to build a revolutionary deep-sea mining ship. The cover was brilliant. Hughes would announce he was pioneering the harvest of manganese nodules, baseball-sized metallic rocks littering the deep ocean floor. The press bought it, the world bought it. And most crucially, Soviet intelligence observers, who would inevitably shadow the strange ship, bought it. The project was reborn under a new classified codename, Project Azorian. Construction of the vessel, named the Hughes Glomar Explorer, began in 1971 at the Sun Shipbuilding and Dry Dock Company in Chester, Pennsylvania. But the Explorer was merely the stage. The star was the capture vehicle, a colossal mechanical claw known internally as Clementine. This behemoth, the size of a 5-story building, was a masterpiece of marine engineering. It consisted of a rigid, claw-like strongback, fitted with 5 giant, hydraulically powered pincers designed to close gently around the submarine's crushed hull. It contained its own propulsion, lights, cameras, and sonar, and would be lowered on a string of special 60-foot-long 2.5-million-pound test steel pipe segments, each one precisely connected in a process that would take over 24 hours of continuous work. The total cost soared to an estimated $800 million, equivalent to over $4 billion today, making it the most expensive intelligence operation in history. In June 1974, after years of design, construction, and secret testing, the Glomar Explorer arrived at the recovery site, designated Point Oscar. As expected, a Soviet naval trawler, the Chazma, bristling with antennas, took up a close watch. The CIA crew played their part, engaging in deceptive mining maneuvers. When the moment was right, they began the delicate dance. The massive moon pool doors opened. The first section of pipe was lowered into the inky water. For over a day, the crew worked around the clock, adding segment after segment, the string growing longer, descending into the eternal dark. Finally, the capture vehicle reached the bottom. Powerful lights, cutting through water never touched by sun, revealed the haunting scene. The K-129 lay broken in 2 main sections, covered in a pale biological silt. The claw maneuvered into position over the aft section, which contained the missile compartment and the coveted code room. The giant pincers activated, folding around the hull in a slow-motion embrace. The lift began. For several days, the wreck ascended, foot by painful foot. Then, when the recovered section was approximately 5,000 feet from the surface, catastrophe struck. As later analyses would suggest, a critical failure occurred in the claw's locking mechanism. A massive portion of the submarine broke free. It tumbled back into the abyss, lost forever in a swirling cloud of sediment. The crew was devastated. They had been seconds from securing the primary intelligence target, only to see it vanish back into the darkness. What remained in the claw was the forward 38-foot section of the submarine. The recovery was a poignant mix of triumph and tragedy. The salvage section contained 2 nuclear-tipped torpedoes, invaluable for analysis. It also held a summer discovery, the remains of 6 Soviet sailors. In a decision reflecting a rare moment of Cold War humanity, the CIA performed a formal burial at sea. The ceremony was conducted with full military honors, filmed, and the footage kept secret for decades before being offered to the Russian government in the 1990s. The intelligence hall, while significant, was a fraction of what was dreamed. The code room, the missiles, the central prize, all were gone. The secret of Azorian held until 1974. The full damning details were exposed by the Los Angeles Times in 1975. Faced with direct inquiry, the U.S. government issued a statement that would become legendary. "We can neither confirm nor deny." This Glomar response entered the lexicon of law and espionage as the ultimate non-answer. The legacy of Project Azorian is not one of clear success or failure, but of monumental scale. It proved that the deepest ocean was no longer a sanctuary for secrets. It pushed the boundaries of marine engineering, robotics, and covert operations further than ever imagined. While the sea kept its greatest treasures, the operation stands as the ultimate symbol of Cold War desperation and ingenuity. A billion-dollar testament to the lengths nations will go to peer into the darkness, and the shocking truth that sometimes the most incredible stories are not fiction, but classified history waiting in the deep.